Just put this on. It's right behind you. Yeah. People are very told to my land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. South Africa occupy land. That's who we are. Never be scared to kill and revolution demand an example. There must be killing because the killing is part of the revolution. Like, shoot, kill, come on, Lord. Kill the poor, the farmer, kill the poor, the farmer. The man of DJ is a wise man. So these people really want to hit the heart, go after the wise man. They think that heaven will pay because they attack the wise man.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone.
Turn the lights down.
Citation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Want to like foreigners, want to see that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. The hypocrisy is uncanny. All right, this is a sad situation for the Trump administration. Sad situation for Esau. And it's not in a way that, I don't know. I didn't watch the Fox News and how they portrayed it, if he was right, if he was wrong. But this is a sad situation because you sitting there throwing mud at somebody else's eye, but your own backyard, your history speaks for itself of injustice, of mistreatment, of killing and raping and robbing and murder. How advanced this place think it is, the root of it all always extends back to slavery, post-slavery, and so forth. Now, this is the same president who, when he was just a regular millionaire here in New York City, went to, I think, was it Oprah? Either Oprah, but it was definitely in a newspaper about the Central Park Five. And he just said, without any conviction, without anybody going to trial and so forth, out of his own fucking mouth, he said they deserve the death penalty. All right. And I think he paid tabloids or the newspapers to put certain things in it. So this is the same mother effort that wanted 5 young men to be executed in prison was something they didn't do. But he wants to show how terrible the South African president is for killing white folks. There's another video. I had it too. Matter of fact, it's on YouTube. Same mother sucker. And he's sitting there acting like he like his shit don't stink. And it's amazing how these Edomites are when it comes down to it. Okay, here it is. It says, we are so misinformed here in the USA. We are only told what they think is best. The whole truth is not being told. Do your research. Because the president of of this region said the most Africano, whatever they want to call themselves, they're getting killed. They're getting killed because they're criminals. All right. Oh, so where? And let me let this play real quick. Oh, sorry.
Violence is on the rise overall.
Nobody can
And then when they take the land, they kill.
He was saying.
They do allow them to take land.
Nobody can
And then when they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people.
Violence is on the rise overall in South Africa, but the deaths of white farmers is attracting the most attention due to their brutality. They often involve torture and sexual assault. 32 were killed in 2024, 50 in 23, and 43 in 2022. The president.
You hear the numbers? That's not even talking about thousands of people. That's only wow. That's less than 100. So what the fuck? So it's clear as day what's going on. It's clear as day what they're trying to accomplish. They get did the show last week. They calling in reinforcements. This is on behalf of Elon Musk because that's his country. So they help clean up the government supposedly. They help get some more money to the elites. Now Trump wants to bring in these fucking criminals. All right. It's the same thing that he's been protesting. I mean, not protesting. It's the same thing that he's been saying about the Venezuelans, Ecuadorians, the Mexicans, and the Haitians and Jamaicans, and all this other stuff. And they bringing the worst. Now he's bringing the worst of that particular country to over here. Oh well, they say he wouldn't do the same for Palestine. He would never have told Netanyahu accountability for his people extreme. See? People could see the hypocrisy that is America. All right? People, this is straight up like somebody, I was reading it as I was playing. Somebody said, this is reverse racism that we've been hearing about. So is this reverse racism we heard about for decades? It says, what the fuck is reverse racism? The oppressed, the people who've been taken advantage of rising up? Yes. Reverse racism is just not being racist. No, it's just racism. However, I bet there are people here who would defend it. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. I guess white people had enough. So you see how it's all stirred up. This is proof that the Lord is about this whole thing that we've been preaching about for years is about to take place. Let me let this play a little bit because
is concerned it's becoming genocide.
I haven't made up my mind. I hate to see it. These are concerns that we are willing to talk to you about.
The White House's decision to start welcoming South Africans as refugees is drawing criticism after it removed asylum protections for other groups like Venezuelans. In Washington, Rebecca.
The hypocrisy is sublime. It's surreal. All right. As I said, is calling the cattle black. How the hell are you gonna call somebody else racist? And this whole foundation is built on that shit. It's them colonialization of the world. Now the locals or the natives are taking back which is theirs. Then it's reverse racism. Now the big bad U.S. This is all red herring. All right, all this it is. They getting reinforcements from down there. He could say whatever he want, but it doesn't change the fact that the Lord is bringing their asses over here to be annihilated. All right, bring that pompous attitude that you have down there to America and see what's gonna happen to you. All right, Negroes are not on that level, but they're about to get on that level real quick. It says, "Oh, I like this one. Why is America lecturing or lecturer to the affairs of other countries?" And that's all America is known for. All right, is what dictating or telling who's who in their own country. Real quick, Matthews 11:23. This popped up in my mind. And thou, Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. So Capernaum was a city, somewhat, city in Jerusalem. That was not Jerusalem, in Israel, Palestine, whatever you want to call it. That was well to do off. All right. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm correct. What you had Israelites there. Preparing a village of comfort. That's what it means. A flourishing city of Galilee, situated in the western shore of South Galilee, or Lake of Gershon, near the place where Jordan flows into the lake. So it was a city or a very prosperous area. But the Lord said that it was going to be brought down to hell. Doesn't mean physical, like is a city going to sink to the bottom of the earth is going to, no, it's talking about the condition that it once was. All right, it went from a state of euphoria, a heavenly state, that has come crashing down. Okay, if the mighty works which have been done indeed have been done in Sodom, it would have remained unto this day. Because why? The Lord was doing his miracles there, and then they accepted him. Okay, so for that pompous attitude, that place where people was uppity up, they had humbled themselves, they would have survived. Well, this is the same thing that goes with this particular land. All right, you want to go out there and police the world and tell the world how they should conduct themselves, but this is the most pompous, high-sprung land in the whole planet Earth. All right, that's what the scriptures refer America as a high mountain. All right, so when it is in a high mountain state, what does it do? It tend to do? Look down upon everybody. Well, this is the scripture that resonate with this particular place. Habakkuk 2. I'm gonna start at 4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not aright in him." Whose soul? Esau, Edom. All right. His soul is not his soul is lifted up, but it's not upright, because why? He's crooked. All right. Scripture tells you in Ecclesiastes 1:15, that which is crooked cannot be made straight. And the Lord created Esau. He created Babylon. Matter of fact, real quick, Psalms, the nerve of these fucking people. These are the same other efforts that go around and starving, killing, raping, robbing, murdering. All right. Yes, I said killing and murder is two different things. Killing is just some justified. Murder is plied, son. No. The biggest murderer on the planet Earth is Esau, Edom. Okay. Psalms 137 and 6 or 7. 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that reward thee as thou hast served us. So now they're getting served, the Edomites, in South Africa. They're getting served the justice that they've been dishing out. Now they want to cry wolf. But I brought this out because it tells you associate Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Babylon, with Edom. All right, with Edom. So Edom is synonymous with America. America is synonymous with Babylon. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. Mystery Babylon. Okay, all in one. So he was created to be crooked. His entire system is crooked. Okay, and it says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." Who is the just? The Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, we live by our daily bread. We live day by day because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai allows us to live. Okay, man, that's being real, whether you like it or not. Here's the point. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine. When somebody transgress, what transgression is? Breaking laws. All right, let me go into it. The Hebrew word is by God, to act treacherously, deceitfully, deal treacherously, to act or deal treacherously, faithlessly, deceitfully offend, which treacherously, it goes to Isaiah 24. I know there's another one, but it's 15. Yeah. 16. From the uttermost parts of the earth, we have heard songs, even glory to the righteous. The songs is what? This word. This word that's being spread throughout the four corners of the earth via the internet. Psalms 19 tells you Psalms. Can you believe it? I forget. Is it Psalms 11 or Psalms 10? But it tells you the internet scriptures. But Psalms 19 is the key scripture. Revelations 14, about the 5th or 6th verse, it tells you. So this is how we have heard songs. The songs is this truth. Okay? Even glory to the righteous. But I said, my lenience, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yeah, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. Who's the treacherous dealers? Esau. All right? That's why, going back to Habakkuk, when it says the transgression, he transgressed by what? What is his wine? His philosophy. All right? Which is real deceitful. They establish their democracy, which is part of their philosophy. You vote somebody in, supposedly. But if their favor does not go according to where they like, or the direction according to their agenda, and they are over other people's businesses, okay, they don't, like the scripture says, they neither keep them at home. So they are all into somebody's stuff, but if it don't go in that direction, But I don't know that the mic. I was using the mic. I don't know if the mic stopped. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do this the other way. So now they want to go police the world and dictate to the world how to conduct, how to treat their people, and they themselves mistreated, is known for their history for mistreatment. This is why this man Gaddafi, even Hugo Chavez, and who else? The president of Iran was, when they came up to the UN meetings, they publicly brought out the shame that was America and the hypocrisy that America conducts. Because they always go around talking about how this nation mistreat their people, that nation mistreat their people, but they themselves mistreat the people, their own people, mainly you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, like dog shit. All right? Who enlarges his desire is as hell and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gather to him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. This is why America's that large melting pot, all right, which is a terminology of what? The mixtures of different nations and people. That's what it says in, real quick, Revelation 17. Is it what? Yep. And there came one of the 7 angels which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. So this was the actual breakdown of this particular place. Now I'm gonna jump down. The key word is many waters. And it says, Revelation 17 and 15 now. And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are the peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. So the waters did not represent waters, the body of land. It represented people. So this government, this kingdom, is over all people, a mixture of things. All right. So all these people that's here was brought here because mainly what America has done to the 4 corners of the earth, they're causing all sorts of problems in governments, which makes the people in that set government to do what? To lose it. To come for the American dream. And when they come for the American dream, they're misinformed, and they part of the same system that raped and robbed them is now raping and robbing them in their own land, or in the land that they're supposed to be better off from. All right. So it says, shall not all this take up a proverb against him, an atoning proverb against him, saying, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. When you go to the Hebrew word for clay, thick clay, not clay, is the Hebrew word abatyat, which means debt. Physical debt, which we know America is in maybe 36. I haven't looked at it in a while. 36 going to 37 trillion dollars in debt. Okay, which each American citizen owes X amount of money which are unaware of themselves, how much debt that they're in. Then you have the spiritual debt, which this place owes the Lord for all the wickedness is done. This is why America has no rights to go to any nation and tell them how to treat their people. All right, when they was going after this guy, what's this guy's name? The president of Syria, before he fled. What was the U.S. government's claim of going into Syria? Was what? They was using chemical weapons on their own citizens. That was the claim. That was the calling to attack Syria. Just like when they went after Iran. No, I'm sorry, Iraq the first time. They was gassing their people. That's what they was telling. The media was telling the world. They was gassing their own people. So they give reasons to go into the land and rape and rob and destroy the people. Okay? So now that is no longer a factor because people are not falling for the propaganda that's being shoved down their throat. That's why you read in the comments, like, who gives this guy the rights to say anything? And he says he's afraid of a genocide, but you got your own ally, who's supposed to be your ally, who's genociding another people, that said publicly they're going to do whatever they want to do with or without your approval. And openly telling the world that they're going to starve over 1 million people that's in that land. The hypocrisy goes deep. It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, that shall be booties unto them? This is why they're surrounded by their foes. These nations can't wait to get their hands on you Edomites. See, Trump could go play the game of the Afrikaners. They're being persecuted and so forth. Well, you're just bringing them here to be persecuted, be hunted down by people that you have mistreated for centuries. Okay? And then to top it up, and it even makes it better, that everybody in America is going to go at each other's throat. From different class systems, different religion, different political parties, all of that. Those people do not fit anything here. So these nations can't wait to get their hands on you, on these Edomites, because thou hast spoiled many nations, and all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that covenant in evil covenants, the way South Africa, Australia, all of America, all right, damn near the whole world, was taken by covetousness. They desired things that was not made for them, and they will do whatever it takes, whatever it takes, to get that. All right, it says an evil covenant to his house. It is not Esau, a nation. Who runs that house? Who runs that nation? Amalek, the small hatters. They made a lucrative business down there with diamonds. All right, they control the entire jewels or jewelry industry by inflating the market to have people believe that diamonds are precious. So how did he get to that position of power? The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So they took everything by force. All right, and took it for their own house. It says that he may set his nest on high, and that proves all this. Was it Blue Ribbon? All Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk's. They have programs to go into the heavens. Why? Because they want to escape the wrath that is set to come. All right. The scripture tells you in Ecclesiastes 12th chapter that the keepers of the house shall tremble. So they trying to find an escape route so that he may be delivered from the power of evil. When evil, you break that as a compound word, Eve, time, ill, bad. So that they could be delivered from the bad times to come for them. This is why those Afrikaners are running from South Africa. They're running from the said judgment, okay? And his government is opening arms, but what they fail to understand is, yeah, you escape that judgment over there, but you just now into a whole nother judgment, which is the judgment on the planet Earth that has consulted shame to that house. That's why I brought up the history of America, okay? And the quick history of Donald Trump and his misguided opinions that could have destroyed lives back then. All right. And when the justice system proved that these men were innocent, he didn't have a peep to say. So shame is the new norm. That's why brothers out there in the highways and byways are out there to bring the shame back to America. There's a trend going on that women out there are no longer shameful. Shame is a thing of the past. We're here to bring the shame back. So with this place, the foundation, the creation of this particular land. All right. And it says, by cutting off many people, and has sinned against thy soul. So they have absolutely no rights at all to, one, point the finger of moral standard, period. All right? There's nothing moral about this fucking place. That's why they will go into the other side of the world and try to pay nations that so-called persecute Transformers, that community of people. All right? That's a shameful thing. All right? Or even the new pope. The new pope is bringing back, which is nothing but confusion. He's bringing back the idea of just men and women. So they brought the chaos. Now they're bringing in the order, and it's gonna tear these people's minds apart. But that's a sin against them, because who allowed these things to be this way? They did. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam of the timber shall answer it. That's why the infrastructure in America is crumbling. Okay? I believe the apostles always bring it out. They built the country, the whole entire highways and infrastructure to only last for X amount of years. This shit is falling apart. All right? Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. And that's the very foundation of how Esau came about. He built everything by blood. The St. John 10:10. The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. And that's their history. So for them to go around and what's the word I'm looking for? Morally shaming others. That's why this is a hypocritical nation. They're going out there morally shaming other nations for things that they do publicly. All right. Now, somebody might say this like, "Oh, white people not, oh no, yeah, are publicly doing this and doing that." Look at your history. Even how you disguise your things, you're still doing the same thing. I believe the definition of racism: those that have the power to be indifference. So you shame, like you oppress somebody. This place is oppressive. They're playing the gender role right now. Right? They publicly oppressing men of color. I gotta say it like that. Publicly. All right? Why? Because that's the idea. That's why they'll say, oh, the black woman is more educated than the black man and so forth. And they'll spin that narrative, completely destroying the household. So for one, the only race of people who can really hates each other, who they campaign to hate one another, the black woman hates the black man, is because of this devil and his philosophies and things. So it's more than this publicly, physically lynching and killing. It's the whole entire system that has been built. It says Micah 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity, which is sin. All right, they plot, they plan out sin. All right, and work evil upon their beds. When their morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand. They the ones that establish the laws and the regulation. Even though South Africa supposedly is chasing the whites down and killing them off and so forth. But even in that sense, who made it that way? Who put the laws? It was them. It was the very elites. It says, and they covet fields, the world, and take them by violence. They took everything by violence. And houses, they take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So yeah, the hypocrisy is real, bro. They're known for that, and now, what the scripture says, one more. Sirach. Wow, I haven't read this in a while. Sirach, is it not 30? 32? Nope. Complain. No. Yep. Should be. Yep. Sirach 41. I'm off. And 7. Matter of fact. Sirach 41:5. The children of sinners are an abominable children, and they that are converted in the dwelling of the ungodly. Let me get this right. Let me get that. Slovakia. I had this problem before, right? Let me get that correct. Convert.
Conversant.
All right, conversant. Familiar with and knowledgeable about something. Let's read that again. Now it kind of makes sense. It says, the children of sinners are an abominable children, and they that are convert in the dwelling of the ungodly. So when you put that word there, they're familiar or with knowledge or knowledgeable of something. What is that something? Of the ungodly. They know the ways of their foreparents, right? The inheritance of the sinners' children shall perish, and their prosperity shall have a perpetual reproach. So this is why Afrikaners, or the South Africans, all right, the natives are in an uproar because now they're approaching them for the things that their parents have done unto them. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. So they wanted like, yo, and that's what's happening here in the good of USA. A lot of these American patriots, or not patriots, American children, so forth, they'll cry about their forefathers and how evil their forefathers were, because they're being reproached, they're being reminded of what their forefathers did. It says, woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High, for if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. So the reason why the wicked is being, there's a multiple of them, it's because it's for their own destruction. All right. So hey, with that being said, shalom to the elected nations of shalom.